Hey everybody, I'm back. I don't look too pretty tonight. I've been working. It's been a long day and I'm mighty tired, but I'm here. I just think about something happened to me a year ago at the Bass Pro Shop, and I just want to share it with you. Basically, I had an event at the Bass Pro Shop, and probably a lot of white people wouldn't think much about it, but I'm not one of them types. Make a long story short, I was going there to get me another Pistolo. My neighbor was executed, shot, 83-year-old female down the road from me, just a block, maybe 2 blocks. Burglars went in there in her house, shot her dead. No, I'm sorry, they beat her to death, burned her body, and burned her house, and that was in the news. That ain't no joke. So I decided, don't get me another damn gun. And I don't believe in guns, to be honest with you, but it's good to have a protection, especially if there's a murder in your damn neighborhood. So I went into Bass Pro Shop. Went in there and started talking to a cute little blonde girl, about 23, 24, and I'll be damned, she didn't seem like she was kind of flirting with me. And, you know, I was just like, well, that's kind of nice. I'm a single man, you know. So at the time I broke, well, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but I'm just saying, but I was a single man. I didn't mind her flirting with me, even though she's a little bit younger than me. But I didn't really flirt back. It caught me off guard, so I didn't really flirt back. That's hard to say, flirt back. But anyhow, y'all. So this little girl, we're at the gun counter, and I start talking about gun control because I'm trying to, you know, I'm always preaching on something. And I told her, you know, we need more psychological evaluations and gun control. You know, we need more of it. And she's a little bit on defensive. And then she kind of leans into me like, kind of sweet like. And I'm like, while we're at the counter, you know, it's kind of weird. She's getting in my personal space, you know. She leans into me and she goes, now I'm going to say this word, y'all. And this ain't a word that I use. And I'm going to say it for the effect of the drama. But I'm going to tell you something. White people don't ever use this word. I mean that. It's been used to kill. It's been used to oppress. It's been used to destroy. So, now black people, of course, obviously y'all can say it and do what the hell you want to. You earned the right to say whatever the hell you want to say about that word. But I don't like it when you say it, black people. It bothers me. But, you know, you've earned the right to say it if you want to say it. But it's a whole other connotation, obviously, when a whole other context when a white person says this word. And it's something that has a lot of power, and it's something that should be abolished out of our society. It's a fucking disease. But anyhow, she leans into me, and she'd found the wrong redneck. And the one redneck don't play that shit. She leaned into me, and she goes, well, I don't think niggers should have a right to buy a gun anyhow. And she thinks I'm going to, you know, jump in there with her and laugh and whatnot. Like, she kind of wanted me to laugh with her, you know. Instead, I'm shocked. My face turns red, and my heart starts pumping. My adrenaline starts flowing, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And I said, what did you say? And she repeated it, and I said, why would you even say something like that? Exactly what I said to her. And I'll be damn that girl. She goes, oh, I have a black friend. Typical bullshit. Oh, I have a black friend. I use that word all the time in front of. Then she says other typical Southern bullshit. Oh, and a nigger just means that you're an ignorant person. So instead of going down that stupid fucking road with her, I just said, well, I'll tell you what. Since it ain't really a big deal, the N-word, there's a black man right over there about 20 feet. Let me go ask him what he thinks. Come on with me. Of course, she just walks off. She freaks the fuck out, and she walks off. And I said, well, watch this. And she just kept walking like she's scared to death. And about that time, and they heard that they could tell I was upset. Before I get to the black man, a male associate tries to stop me. Another white man. He stops me at Works at Bass Pro Shop, and he goes, just calm down, sir, just calm down. And I said, watch this. That was kind of the theme, watch this. So I went over to the black guy, and I said, hey, sir, I'm not trying to offend you, but I want you to know an associate that works in this store a white associate felt the need to tell me that she doesn't feel that niggers need to be buying guns. And he's like, what? So anyhow, I guess he's freaking out. I'm freaking out. And so I see another black associate down the way. And the reason I'm telling these black people is that I don't like covert racism. I don't like that secret covert bullshit that white people do. And if I witness it, I'm going to fucking reveal it. I took an oath with myself that anytime I witness racism, I will fight against it, and I will say something, and I will stand up, and I will do something. That's exactly what all of white America has to do if we're going to fucking change this thing. So anyhow, I go over to another black associate, and I said, ma'am, I ain't trying to offend you nothing, but I want you to know that white girl back there, and she goes, so-and-so, and I said, I ain't going to say her name, but she said so-and-so. I said, yeah, she goes, I know her. She goes, well, she told me that niggers don't need to be buying guns in the store. And that little black girl's like, what? And you could see her heart sinking, because she knew the girl. She works with her. So it made me even madder, It hurt her feelings. And she goes, will you please tell the management? And I said, you damn right I'm going to tell the fucking management. I'm going to tell them right now. And she goes, well, come on, let's go up the front and I'll page you a manager. So we go up the front together. And while I'm waiting for the manager to come, I see another black female associate. I go over to her and I tell her the same thing. She gets even more emotional than this girl. And she says, please tell the manager. Please tell the manager. And I said, okay. I said, calm down. I understand it's, it's emotional and everything, but I just wanted you to know. And she's like, I'm glad you told me. Thank you. And I was like, no problem. But she was happy I told her because she wants to know the bullshit going on in the store. Probably she already knew anyhow, but now it's confirmed. So about that time, a little old white manager comes up to me, a little white girl, and she's very defensive automatically. And she's like, you cannot be in my store saying what happened to you back there at the gun counter. And I was like, watch this. So I went over the other black associate, saw another black guy, and I told him. And the manager's probably just losing her mind, but I don't give a fuck because I could tell it was a racist organization just on the way that manager was acting toward me. So I go over to him and she follows me, but you can't fucking stop me. And I told him what happened. And he's just kind of, like not trying to say anything in front of the manager, but you could tell he's pissed off about it. But so then I was turning to the manager based on her attitude, and I said, do you use that word? And she said, she hesitated like unusually long, just stared at me for a while. And she finally answered and she goes, no. But I'm thinking, why the hell would you hesitate on something like a question like that? So I'm thinking this whole fucking, why I'm thinking, I'm not stereotyping, but I'm thinking there's a culture here. Obviously, the associate felt comfortable enough to say the N-word to another customer. That's crazy. What kind of a company would tolerate that shit? And so obvious being tolerated just based on the manager's attitude, based on the associate that would say that in the first place. So I had a feeling there's a culture in this damn place, the covert racism and hypocrisy racially, where that, they want to be saying the N-word and practicing this racism behind the black customers and the black associates that work in the fucking store. So that's a hostile work environment. That's an oppressive environment for people of color. So I'm pissed. So I tell her, I said, what's your name? What's that girl's name? I got it down, and never got an apology from that white lady, that manager. Never did. All she said was, I'm going to get her side of the story, and I'm going to talk to her. And I was like, that's fine, and I'm going to be calling corporate tomorrow, and I'll be going down, I'll be contacting any other, agency that I have to contact to get this addressed. And so I walked out. Next morning, I called corporate, Bass Pro Shop corporate. Told them to have corporate call me, have somebody from, somebody with some kind of power or somebody from the corporate, operation call me, because I called the customer service line. Make a long story short, I called them 3 or 4 times, never got a return phone call, never even got an email, never even got an apology from anybody at corporate. Never got an apology from the management in the store. This day, I don't know what happened in that store, but I went to the media, tried to get them to do the story. They didn't want to do it. Don't know why, but I couldn't get anybody to do it. But I am doing this. I'm telling you about Bass Pro Shop. When this happened, I did further research, and you can look it up yourself. Bass Pro Shop, they've had federal civil rights lawsuits in 7 fucking states against them. They are a racist organization. If you don't believe me, look it up. 7 different states, 7 different stores with issues of race, with racism, not counting what happened to me. And I've heard, after I told this story, I told many black people told me they felt that they weren't being helped properly, or they felt that they were, racism was within a culture of that store. But that's all. I just want to share that with y'all. Bass Pro Shop, I don't know if they've changed. It happened a year ago, but as far as my experience, my concern, they're a racist organization, and I certainly wouldn't recommend supporting them in any way, shape, or form. Have a good night. Thank you. I'm tired. I'm going home. Bye.